Instagram's Thread, the supposed Twitter killer, has arrived, and in less than 12 hours, it has already amassed a whopping 30 million new signups, which means we're getting dangerously close to ChatGPT numbers. So with the rumblings of a boxing match between Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk on the rise, has Zuck already delivered the final blow before the match has even started? See, the truth is that even though Twitter is technically a smaller social media application in the grand scheme of things, there's no arguing that Twitter hasn't had the most cultural impact that we've seen from any social platform. I mean, from politicians to literally the slap, Twitter has been at the heart of virality and breaking news. And so for the first time, we see a real challenger stepping into the ring to take that crown away from Twitter. And if there's anything that Meta has taught us, is that they're really good at one thing, and that's copying. And they do it really well. Now you may be asking, like I was, what's the point of Threads? I mean, we already have Twitter. Well, in Meta's own words, this is like Twitter, but if it was run by sane people. It's no secret that since Elon has stepped into the role as the owner of Twitter, Twitter has basically been a dumpster fire ever since. And Facebook or Meta or Instagram, I'm not really sure how you want to classify it, but they basically saw an opportunity and decided to pounce. So this all might be great for Meta, but the truth is like, why is this really important for us? See, as a creator or just as a user of this application is designed with connection first, which means you can communicate with people openly and publicly, ask questions, and even provide value and engagement on this platform. And the other thing I like about it is that this platform is directly interactive. I mean, so many platforms, whether it's YouTube or Instagram, where you just post a piece of content and then you just sit back and watch people interact with the content. This platform is designed for connection. It's a two-way conversation. You thread something, tweet something. Do you tweet on Threads? I'm not really sure how you put that, but basically you post a thread and then someone responds and then you respond back. And that is the entire nature of this platform. But am I the only person who feels like we've seen this episode before? I mean, we've seen social media companies come and go in popularity. I mean, we had BeReal, we had Vero, we had Clubhouse, and in their own time, each of these social media platforms felt like the new promised land. So what makes this one, Threads, any different? Well, for starters, as I mentioned already, everyone's already there. And this is actually something that I think Instagram did flawlessly. I mean, the fact that you can immediately port everything from Instagram over to Threads made the migration incredibly simple. On top of that, you don't just move your stuff over, but you also can move over your following list, which means from day one, you can start interacting with people who you've already decided to follow over on Instagram. The second reason why I don't think that this platform is going to fail is because of its direct link to Meta. I mean, if Meta has taught us anything in the past, is that even when something fails, it's not the end of its use case. For example, we all probably remember IGTV. Instagram's sort of failed attempt at tackling YouTube. However, that technology didn't just go away. It was actually absorbed into Instagram, which means if you invested time and energy into making IGTV videos, well, your energy wasn't just lost like people who made Vines. That video was actually just ported into Instagram. And so I honestly think that worst case scenario, if Threads for some reason does fail, we will just see that become part of Instagram in some new way. And the third reason why I don't think that this platform is gonna fail is honestly just money. I mean, let's face it, Meta has the bag in order to make this a professional and functional platform. And so it's because of that reason that I think they have a unique opportunity to be successful. However, they also have a unique opportunity in the marketplace right now to be successful. I mean, we all know Twitter, it's basically a non-stop tire fire. And then their next best opportunity at competition, Blue Sky, hasn't been fully released to the public yet. And so with Instagram and Threads getting this mass adoption so quickly, the chances of this platform failing is significantly low, which means for users and creators, we can absolutely invest our time and energy into this platform and start engaging with our audience, knowing that the whole thing isn't just gonna dissolve in a couple weeks. So if this is a platform worth using, what are some things that we can do right now in order to really get the most out of it? Well, the first one is actually one that I think a lot of people are going to struggle with, and that is going to be getting unfollowed. I mean, I mentioned it already. So many people, when they moved over from Instagram to Threads, they just clicked the follow all button. However, I think that we're ultimately going to see a mass audit on people's following feeds. I mean, the truth is that the people that you follow on Instagram are not necessarily the same people you're going to want to follow on a platform like Threads or Twitter. And so, yes, it was easy to just follow everyone, but I believe most people are going to be going through their following feed and choosing to unfollow people. So this is why it's important for you as a creator and as a user to start actually engaging with people on Threads, putting out quality threads that are value filled, not just spamming them to buy your products or to go to another platform and watch your other content, but really to bring value to this platform. So that way, when people are going through and doing their audits, they don't think to unfollow you, because trust me, I'm sure a lot of people are going to get unfollowed, especially in the first 2 weeks. The next way that we can absolutely take advantage of Threads is just to really embrace that integration between Threads and Instagram. I mean, right now on Threads, when you actually create a thread, you can share that directly to Instagram. And you can do that in 2 ways. You can actually send it as a story. So you'll have a story post and they have this nice already created graphic that goes along with it. Or you could actually just make it a post on your page. And I think this is one of those tools that we should all be adopting very quickly, because if we know anything about Instagram, those who adopt their new features typically see the biggest improvement in overall engagement and reach. Also, I think it's kind of funny that Instagram is sort of trolling Twitter, because when you hit that share button, there's also an option to send this over as a tweet. And the last way I think we can really get the most out of this platform, and I know this is going to sound a little cliche, but just use it. I mean, there's 2 types of users right now on Threads. You've got people who are kind of living in this nostalgia wonderland who loved Twitter, who are now on Threads. And then you've got people who were on Instagram, never even tried Twitter, and they have moved over to Threads. And these 2 groups of people are going to shape what this new platform ultimately is. And I think it's important that you and I have our impact on this platform. I mean, every social media platform is ultimately just a culmination of its users. And it's in a unique infancy stage right now where there is no Mr. Beast of Threads. Although Mr. Beast is on Threads and he wants to be the CEO, which would be nuts, right? There is no one right way. That is a hard sentence to say. There is no one right way to use Threads. So explore, try new things. You know, personally, I'm really excited about the future of Threads. I mean, Instagram CEO Adam Mosseri said that he understands that, sure, there are things currently missing. I mean, there's no hashtags, there's currently no messaging, but they're actually not even sure if they're going to bring over messaging. And there's a couple other elements that they want to bring over to the platform, but they know that this platform is going to be uniquely positioned to be successful. And so they wanted to get it into the hands of the users as quickly as possible. So that way we could help shape what this platform ultimately becomes. And let's not forget that Threads is a decentralized social media platform. I mean, in fact, it's the first massively adopted decentralized social media platform, which I think makes it really, really interesting for creators. So if you're not really familiar with what a decentralized social media platform is, think about it a lot like Gmail. How, yes, you may be using Gmail, but you can still message people who are on other decentralized email accounts like Yahoo or AOL. Do people still use AOL? Do people still use AOL? And I think this is going to be super interesting for creators. I mean, for example, right now you have all these centralized social media platforms, whether you have an Instagram following, a YouTube following, a TikTok following, and these accounts don't really communicate with each other. But in theory, with decentralized social media platforms, that will no longer be the case. You won't have these walled gardens. In fact, you'll have this open, decentralized platform where your audience can find you on all these different places and you can create one piece of content and communicate with all of them. I mean, it sounds a little nuts, and The Verge actually did a much better job of explaining this over on their podcast, which I'll link down below in the description. But I think this is a uniquely interesting feature for creators, and I can't wait to see how this ultimately turns out in the long run. So yeah, that's Threads. And that's how I think as a creator and as a user, we can absolutely capitalize on this new platform. However, I do believe that if you are a professional creator or you're an aspiring professional creator, getting too caught up in any one social media platform can actually be a detriment. I think it's actually more important that you build your own platform. I mean, that's exactly what I did with my platform, the Creative Fam Academy. And you can absolutely do that using today's video sponsor, Uscreen. See, with Uscreen, they allow you to build your own platform for your audience, and it's a better and more perfect design place for engagement. For example, they have a couple different really cool features that I've even utilized in my own platform. Probably my favorite one is the fact that you can build your own community page. With a community page, you can have different channels for direct conversation with your members. On top of that, Uscreen is uniquely built with the video first mindset, which means as a video creator, you can already post your videos on their platform, and the way you choose to monetize this platform is completely up to you. You can choose to offer things for free. You can even do one-time purchases, but probably the most successful route that most people have seen with Uscreen is memberships. With memberships, you can charge a monthly, a 6-month, or even an annual membership for your users. From there, you can decide to give them access to as much or as little of your content as you like. And if you like to take it one step further, Uscreen can also help you develop your own apps. We're talking about apps for the iPhone, Android, Apple TV, Fire Stick TV, and even Roku. And the benefit here is that if you are creating mobile apps, your audience can take that membership with them in their pocket, which means they can access your video content on the go and even engage in the community tab when they're out and about. So if you are an aspiring or professional content creator, then I do strongly recommend that you check out Uscreen. You can actually sign up for a free trial using the link down below in the description. So if you're looking for an all-in-one membership platform as a creator, nothing really comes close to Uscreen. To check out Uscreen, definitely check out the links down below in the description. And if you want to get a sneak peek of what Uscreen is like, you can actually check out my platform that I built on Uscreen down below in the description as well. But thank you guys so much for checking out this video. If you have any questions about Threads, definitely leave those down below in the comments. Also, don't forget to follow me over on Threads right here, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.